Hey guys, Funsho here from We Coach Crypto. I've been joined today by Alan, and we're going to have a chat about market corrections and also the current state of the markets, really, in the crypto market. How are you doing today, Alan?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Funsho. Glad to be on again and chatting to you as always. It's
Always a pleasure.
definitely. It's exciting times at the moment, and it's funny we've been having this conversation about what's going on in crypto, and we've been talking about like from our perspective, obviously what's going on right now is pretty much playing out as we kind of expect it to. Like the crypto market, the price goes up and down. There's a cycle. There's a kind of length of it. There's different market conditions and things that have an impact on it. And right now, the market's going down a little bit. It's having a bit of a pullback. It's having a bit of a correction. But we're we're totally cool with that as well.
Of course.
I mean, like, what are you thinking about it? I mean, what's happening right now?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm loving it because it presents more opportunities. I've been in it for a long time, so my experience in this compared to newcomers is completely different. And I think that's where the conversation kind of needs to lead. It's more so on making sure that we're educating new people to the market to make sure they don't make silly mistakes or newbie mistakes, let's say. Like you say, we have market cycles. So, some of those are very short and some of them are much bigger. So an entire bull cycle is from the minute it started to when it gets to the very, very top. But in between that, there are lots of little ups and downs, that constantly happens. And every time we have the down, which tends to be about 7 times a year, anything from 25 to 40% as a correction, that's when everyone that hasn't had that experience and been through years of that happening to them, that they're panicking and they're getting scared and they're selling and they're running away. And they're what we like to call shaking out the weak hands. That's what it gets called. And I think the more time that you spend in the market and realize that actually when they're all saying the whole thing's coming down, Bitcoin's finished, it's all over, and you realize that actually no, that was the best time to run in, add to positions that you already have, or start your crypto journey when everything's in the red and people are really fearful. That's where you actually make the most money because you're buying it at the lowest sort of point before the next time it takes off. So, I mean, yourself, Alan, for all of us that work together and, in our team, in our inner circle, we're all off buying at the moment, adding to positions. I've been crazy busy helping people to do that. But there's a lot of other people that are obviously, they're newcomers to this and they're very fearful right now because all they're seeing is what they've already bought, the price of that dropping in value. So it's a scary prospect for them. And it really depends because, strategy is so important, Alan, I think,
Yeah.
that if you're not thinking about it for your long term in a certain manner and you're not thinking about it in your trading sort of day trading, swing trading perspective in a certain manner, and you haven't got your mindset right, you can make all sorts of mistakes at times like this in the marketplace. And I think people need a clear understanding of what to expect and how to capitalize on it moving forward.
So there's a couple, like great points, and I think there's a couple of things that you said, and so obviously, kind of like for people who are like less experienced, like listening into this, that are maybe thinking like, what does he mean by a bull cycle, right?
Yeah,
So
I get
obviously, like, so for those people, like we talk about, like in markets, we talk about bull markets and bear markets, and bull basically means like the bull's charging and the market's going up the way. So we're in what we call is essentially crypto's in a bull market right now, isn't it? It's like
of
there's
course.
constant like uptrend. Now, obviously, we're having what's called like a pullback or a correction at the moment, and it's so like price of Bitcoin's dropped. I don't know what's it down this week, like 8%, like 10
Yeah,
percent.
roughly.
Yeah. So that means that I mean, it means that the prices came down because of other factors that are happening. So, like, there's been some kind of bad news about the economy in China, and that's caused the stock market to tank. And then people are saying that that's connected to crypto, because overall, like, people who are investing in the stock market and people who are investing in crypto and things, they're like starting to get a little bit more fearful, and they're starting to think, right, might be time to play a little bit safer here, and really the future's looking a little bit more uncertain. But zooming out, like, grand scheme, as you're saying, like, we're in a bull cycle, we're in a bull market. So this is a blip, and it's an opportunity for people to actually say, right, well, market's down, things at price of cryptos are less, so you buy in right now. Seems pretty smart. And you were talking about strategies there, Funsho, and obviously, like, what I think is quite interesting is, and I mean, you don't have to, like, go into everything, right? But, like, maybe giving people an idea of, like, what some of those strategies are right now that are going to allow people to really benefit for the rest of the year.
So, of course, without a doubt. I mean, look, for people that already own cryptocurrency, that are looking at their current portfolio and thinking, oh my God, it's just lost a load of value. I understand if you're someone that's approaching this with a long-term investment plan, where you're thinking, well, oh yeah, it's great, it's been going up, everything's great, and now you've had this correction happen. If you've got any liquidity on the sideline, this is the perfect time to start adding some more positions. So if you were to, say, have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana as an example, and that's your small portfolio with 4 different cryptocurrency assets, I'd be looking at, okay, well, what's took the biggest hit? What's hot in the market right now? And what's likely to multiply multiple times more than its current price? So everyone knows what Bitcoin is, and Bitcoin has been the number 1 performing asset ever. And it's gone up 9 million%, but it's not going to go up another 9 million%. If you're lucky, it's going to 4 or 5 times from where it is during this cycle. So you have to start looking at other projects that have got the capabilities to actually do a lot more than that, because there are projects out there that can 10, 20, 50, even 100x from their current position, which might sound crazy, but believe me, they do that. I mean, just to give you an example, Solana, I brought that to our inner circle. Alan can testify for that was at $11 when I was talking about it and saying to people, look, I like the look of this project. I think people should potentially get into it. It went to nearly $200. So, I mean, that one alone, you're looking at about a 19x on your money, which is crazy gains. But for strategy right now in the market, when the market's pulled back, it's a great time to buy for a long-term investment plan. But then on the flip side, and this is where it might not make as much sense to you, if you're a day trader or you're a swing trader, you don't actually want to be sat in crypto right now, because potentially crypto might drop even further. Now, that presents an opportunity in itself for people to obviously trade, but they want to accumulate as much of that crypto as cheap as they possibly can. So it's better for them to actually be sat in cash right now. So what we use is something called USDT, which is a stable coin that is pegged to the US dollar. So it doesn't go up or down in value with that same volatility as like Bitcoin, for example. It's just literally always $1. If you want to buy some USDT, you can pay for it and it will stay at exactly $1. So if you've got a few £1,000s worth of this USDT and you're sat in that right now as a cryptocurrency, you can be scaling into positions and placing buy orders for cryptocurrency at a cheaper rate than it is now. But you can also look at the market to go, well, actually, if the market starts bouncing back up, I can start buying those positions, not worried that the market's going up, because you're going to take advantage of the market going up anyway. So you win whether you buy it cheaper or whether you buy it slightly more expensive than where it is now, because it would have broken out of a particular area. We call them breakout trades. So you imagine, like, you're looking at a chart and you can see a descending triangle. So imagine an isosceles triangle that's coming down like that, and something's been up, down, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but but then it breaks out of that triangle. At that point, with our technical analysis, the way that we obviously can look at the marketplace, we can tell that that is likely to break out, and we look at different support and resistance levels. So we would then place a trade to buy that cryptocurrency and take advantage of the fact that we know that it's likely to go up in value and take profit from that. But with your long term, I'd be looking more at just accumulation. It's like if you've got a year or 2 year plan, the idea is get as much quality crypto as you can, as cheap as you possibly can. And that's dollar cost averaging your way in. So every time we have these corrections, this is the perfect time to buy, because you're averaging the price that you bought these cryptocurrencies at lower. And naturally, when the market goes up, you're making more profit off the back of it. And then when you start hitting the top, that's when you want to start thinking about pulling profit. So there's a lot to it. You want to have liquidity, which means that you've got some cash always sat there on the sideline to take advantage of these corrections so that you can jump in and buy at a cheaper rate, and also take advantage of new projects that come along that you like the look of. But you also need to think about rebalancing your portfolio. And what that would look at is the actual cryptos that you've bought. If they've been going up in value and you've made really good profit on a lot of these projects, you want to think about taking profit out of some of these so that you've locked that in that USDT that doesn't fluctuate up and down the same way the market does with these cryptocurrencies. And then you can really start to benefit off the back of it. But timing's everything. And, you know, Warren Buffett is an extremely rich and, you know, smart guy. And he says, and it's true, millionaires make their money when they buy. It's not what you buy, it's when you buy it. So for me, right now, this is a great time to be getting into crypto before the next leg of this bull market run.
Yeah, and so I think obviously we've only got a couple of minutes left, and on that timing point, the thing that I wanted to mention, just related to everything that you said there, you gave like a huge amount of value, I think, in that part. It's definitely useful to people. But timing wise, whether you don't know what's going to happen with crypto in the future or not, I think everybody in the market is recognizing that we're at a point now where the rest of this year we're going to have like the final leg of this cycle, whatever that looks like. But we're likely to have everyone, to a person that's in crypto, agrees that it's going to make its journey up. We're going to get the new all-time highs. We're going to get the big push towards the end of the year. So that's why, like this time, like this week, maybe like the end of this week, next week, when the market's down, like it really is maybe the best opportunity you're going to get for a long time, isn't it?
Without a doubt. And I think what people don't understand is how explosive the growth is going to be in this final quarter. And a lot of people will look back at videos like this and think, oh my God, why didn't I just get in when they said to do it? But it's natural for human beings to be fearful when something appears that it's not looking good. No, thanks, Alan, for coming on today. Obviously, we just wanted to share a bit of information with you guys, try and help you out so that you understand more about cryptocurrency. But if you've got any questions at all, please pop them in the comments below. Feel free to get in contact with us if you want to talk to us more about some of the services that we provide. Please like the video if you took something positive from it, and hit the notification bell and subscribe button so that you can get updated with future videos. Thanks a lot for coming on today, Alan.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Funsho. It was great to chat to you as always.
Thank you, mate. And we'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Take care.